Good morning, student. Uh, Welcome to another session of operations research. In previous lecture, we were discussing about a decision analysis or decision theory, in which we talked about one of the most important topic, that is decision making environment. There we covered decision making under condition of certainty, decision making under condition of uncertainty. And in last two lectures, we spent our time on how to make a decision for when we face condition of risk, when there is a probability, how to make those decision. In condition of uncertainty, we looked at various criterias. We have seen five criterias, like pessimistic criteria, optimistic criteria, then salvage criteria, Laplace criteria, Hurwitz criteria, and by using those five criteria, how to make a decision based on the basic philosophy or psychology of a decision maker and company policy. We go ahead with the criteria, we implement it, and make the best possible choice. Now, the last topic, in the same situation, same scenario, decision making environment, was decision making under condition of conflict. Okay, so here we are going to cover this. We will spend around three lectures for decision making under condition of conflict. Okay, so give me a minute to start. So the environment, decision making under condition of conflict, is also known as theory of game, game theory, or competitive strategy. And this is very vast topic. Even there are some journals dedicated on game theory. In the game theory, there are two or more individuals, organization, players, teams, institute, firms, all are trying to make certain some kind of a decision, and the objective of each of those individuals or organization is conflicting with each other. For example, let's take an example of a mobile industry. The number of people using the mobile is almost equal, and when one company is booming, one company is providing maximum sale, that means it's a loss for the second company or third company or other companies, right? So the conflict, the objective here is conflicting. वन का गेन दूसरे का लॉस होने वाला है. Okay, in previous situation we were not considering those kind of situation where the decision was made based on the opponent part. Okay, just हम क्या करते थे, situation को analyze करते थे, what could be the future outcome उतना ही देखते थे, and based on that we make the decision. But here in this case, decision made by one, ठीक है, एक बंदे ने अगर डिसीजन लिया, इट इज गोइंग टू अफेक्ट टू ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट इन दैट गेम. ओके, सो अगर दूसरे ने भी, ओपोनेंट ने भी कुछ डिसीजन चूज किया, उसका अफेक्ट अपने प्रॉफिट पे, अपने पे ऑफ पे भी होगा. Then the final outcome, it depends on the decision made by all the parties or all the players involved in this game. ठीक है, अब जब मैं गेम बोल रहा हूं कि ऐसा नहीं कि वो जो स्पोर्ट्स वगैरह खेलते हैं वो गेम नहीं है. General overall, a situation where there is a competitive strategies or there is a conflict in the objective is called as a game. This game will be a simple, अगर आपको प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करना है कुछ मार्केट में, कुछ सेल करना है, okay, and similar kind of a product is already available and produced by other company. Okay, so whatever decision we are going to make based on the strategies made by the opponent, the overall picture is called as a game. Okay, now little bit trivia about this game theory. You might have heard about this guy. It's John Nash. uh, he did commendable work in the area of game theory. he developed the game theory for non-cooperative games, okay, strategies, for which this theory is related to economics part, and for which he won Nobel. And also one movie was made, Beautiful Mind, a movie named A Beautiful Mind, in which the John Nash character was played by Russell Crowe, and he won Oscar for it. And also, I guess, A Beautiful Mind won Best Picture for that year. Okay, so please watch it, A Beautiful Mind, to understand the life of this John Nash. Okay, now we will try to understand the concept of game theory by a classic example. कहीं पे भी जब भी game theory और theory of game पढ़ाते हैं, they provide a example of a prisoner's dilemma. ठीक है, where we will get a better feel of this situation, this decision making under condition of conflict. ओके, तो मैंने क्या किया है, थोड़ा सिंपल एग्जांपल रखा है विच वी कैन रिलेट. सो आपने सबने हेरा फेरी मूवी देखा है. देयर वाज थ्री मेन कैरेक्टर इन इट, बाबूराव, देन राजू एंड श्याम. Just imagine Baburao is no more due to his personal issues, and there are only two people, Sham and Raju. ठीक है, अब उन्होंने वो सीरियल चल रहा है ना, मनी हाइस्ट, वो देखा, इंस्पायर्ड फ्रॉम दैट एपिसोड, दे डिसाइडेड ऑन मेकिंग सम बैंक हाइस्ट. ठीक है, चोरी कर लिया, ठीक है, बट पकड़े भी गए. बट एडवांटेज ऑफ देम इज दैट देर आर वेरी लेस एविडेंस against them. Even though they got caught, the evidences are very poor. So what that detective decides, वो जाता है शाम के पास. ठीक है, फर्स्ट, Sham is our player A and Raju being the opponent, player B. शाम को चॉइस देते कि भाई तू क्या कर, यू जस्ट राइट आउट ऑन दिस राजू. ठीक है, ब्लेम द कंप्लीट मिस डूइंग ऑन टू द राजू. पूरा का पूरा चोरी उसी ने किया ऐसा बोल दे, राजू ने किया ऐसा बोल दे. एंड व्हाट वी विल डू, द पुलिस सेज, we will say the whole thing is done by Raju only, and you will be free out of this case, and Raju will get a 10 years of prison sentence. ठीक है, अगर तू बोलेगा नहीं, ठीक है, कि भाई मानेगा भी नहीं कि मैंने चोरी की और बोलेगा भी नहीं कि राजू ने चोरी की, so you are going to get 2 years of sentence, and also it will be applicable for same to Raju, 2 years. ठीक है, then another detective went to our player B, that is Raju, and same offer is given to him also कि भाई पूरा का पूरा blame जो है ना तू शाम पे दे दे. ठीक है, और अगर वैसा करेगा तो तुझे छोड़ दिया जाएगा, एंड राजू विल गो फॉर 10 years. ठीक है, सो दिस इज योर सिचुएशन. एंड अगर आपने दोनों ने साइलेंस रखा, कुछ भी बोले नहीं, एक दूसरे के ऊपर ब्लेम नहीं डाला, बोथ ऑफ यू विल गो फॉर 2 years ओनली, बिकॉज एविडेंसेस कम है, तो जो भी होगा वो मैक्सिमम दे कैन गो फॉर 2 years. बट देयर कुड बी अनदर सिचुएशन कि भाई दोनों ने ऑफर मान लिया, राजू ने और श्याम ने, दोनों ने एक दूसरे के ऊपर ब्लेम कर दिया, तो जज सोचेगा कि यार ये ठीक नहीं है, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है इसमें. सो ही विल नॉट गिव द मैक्सिमम सेंटेंस, दे विल द जज विल गिव benefit of doubt, and instead of 10 years of prison sentence, he may opt for 5 for each. दोनों को 5 साल का सजा देगा. ठीक है, now here what we made, a payoff matrix, kind of a payoff matrix is made for both players. Two choices are available: either they can blame the complete thing on the opponent, or they can keep mum regarding this चोरी. ठीक है, so दोनों के पास वही ऑप्शंस है, एंड बेस्ड ऑन द ऑप्शन एंड द डिसीजन मेड बाय अदर, हमने क्या किया है यहाँ पे सेंटेंस लिख दिया. ठीक है, सो विच डू यू थिंक अ श्याम विल मेक, कि भाई ये श्याम जो है उसमें से ये दो चॉइसेस में कौन सा चूज करेगा, ब्लेम कर देगा या फिर साइलेंट रखेगा. प्लीज पुट योर आंसर इन द चैट विंडो. एंड रिमेंबर, राजू इज वेरी एरेटिक पर्सन, वो कुछ भी कर सकता है. श्याम डज नॉट ट्रस्ट 100% onto Raju, and Raju is a erratic person, he can do whatever he wants. So what could be the choice for Sham? Remember, always place yourself as a player A. So only two answers. बाकी लोगों को समझ में नहीं आ रहा, या they are not interested in the learning part. So if you look at the choices, the better choice is always keep it mum, right? But the problem here is we cannot trust on opponent. We cannot control the choice made by opponent. Even though it looks like, if we prepare a payoff table, it looks like it's a better choice. Both will go for only 2 years. But as in our hand, we don't have the option for choosing or making decision for the second person or opponent. So we need to study the payoff matrix and look at the situation where we may go with the minimum option or minimum sentence. So if we go with blame, okay, whatever he make, whatever Raju decides, either we will go for 5 or 0. ठीक है, बट अगर मैंने साइलेंट रख रहा हूं, we might go with 10 years. ये बहुत बड़ा लॉस है. So compared to this 5, this loss is too high. ठीक है, बट यहां पे देखो सेकंड केस में कितना है, 2 years, विच इज ओके. बट अगर दो सिचुएशन देख रहे हो तो यहाँ पे देखो 0 भी फेस करेंगे. इवन दो द राजू मेक अ डिसीजन ऑफ अ साइलेंट, एंड इफ वी गो विथ द ब्लेम, we will be better off with no sentence. Okay, so in this situation, the best possible alternative or the choice for Sham is blame. And even if you look at the player B or opponent, he also may go with the blame option. Okay, so this is one of the classic example of theory of game. Now coming back to the theoretical part, we'll start with understanding some characteristics of this game theory or theory of game. Okay, so first thing, there will be always a finite number of participant, opponents, players in the game. There will not be infinite number. अपने पास जितना होगा एक्सेल शीट उतना बड़ा, we can accommodate all types of participants. ठीक है, also there will be always finite number of course of action or choices. उसमें से ही आपको चूज करना है. Then we will have, or all players in the game will have all the information regarding choices of other, कि भाई उनके पास, opponent के पास क्या क्या choices available है वो भी आपको पता है. But the problem here is we are not aware about the choice made by opponent. वो क्या choice करेगा उस पे depend है. But we know what are the options available with them and what will be the gains based on their choices. कि अगर हमने ये choose किया तो वो क्या करेगा, अगर हमने second option choose किया तो वो क्या कर सकता है, and how much money or how much payoff we can get out of it. Okay, so all of us or all the player, even the opponent will know about our choices, our information, our gain. तो पूरा का पूरा मैट्रिक्स सबको पता होगा. Okay, so this is one kind of characteristics of this game theory. The next one, whenever we say a play is made or play हो गया, game play कर दिया हमने, that means all the participants who are in the game have made their choices. सबने choose कर लिया and now they are going to play it. So the process of this is called as a play or play. Then the payoff matrix represent gain with respect to all the choices by us and by the opponent. So the complete matrix will give all the information and this matrix will be available for all the participants, all the players. Next one, there will not be any direct communication with each other. Player will make his own choice without informing to other player or without gaining a knowledge what decision the other player had made. Okay, so without any direct communication, we will play this game. Then we will look at some definition. Whenever we say game, game is kind of an activity where we are going to make some decision, and for this decision making there are conflict in objective. There will be two or more persons, organization, institute, firm involved in this. Okay, and it will result in some kind of outcome or some kind of gain. Okay, so whenever we say gain, gain can be a negative number or a positive number. So positive number means profit and negative number means loss. Next one, player participants are called here as a player. Play, that means decision making. डिसीजन कंप्लीट कर लिया और चूज किया मतलब प्ले हो गया. Then strategy, the alternative or the criteria based on which the decision has been made is called as a strategy. कि वो कौन से strategy से play करने वाला. There are two types of strategies available here: pure strategies and mixed strategies. I'll talk about first pure strategy. Okay, एकदम simple example बताता हूँ आपको. You went into hotel and read the menu card, and here you have three choices. ठीक है, आप पनीर टिक्का लोगे या चिकन टिक्का लोगे या फिर कोफ्ता लोगे. So these are three choices. Now in this situation, if you opt for only one choice, कि आपने सिर्फ पनीर टिक्का ऑर्डर किया बाकी का स्किप कर दिया. Okay, so that means you made only one choice, and this is called as a pure strategy, जिसमें आप एक ही डिसीजन लोगे, एक ही, you will always stick with only one course of action. आप हमेशा गेम खेलोगे तो यही गेम खेलोगे, ऑलवेज यू विल ऑर्डर पनीर टिक्का एंड यू आर फर्म विद दैट डिसीजन. ठीक है, सो दिस काइंड ऑफ अ सिचुएशन वेयर यू मेक अ वन चॉइस एंड यू विल ऑलवेज प्ले दैट पर्टिकुलर course of action or particular choice, we call that as a pure strategy. ठीक है, next one, mixed strategy. In the mixed strategy, we had that earlier option paneer tikka, chicken tikka and kofta. Okay, now in this situation what you do, you mix it all. आप क्या करोगे, platter order करोगे. In the platter there is some amount of paneer tikka, there is some amount of chicken tikka and there is some amount of kofta. So based on the probability distribution, you will always change your strategy. So in some times you will use this strategy, for some times you will choose the second strategy, and after some time you may go ahead with the selection of third strategy. So remember, जब भी आप game खेलोगे, there will be 5 or 10 turns in the game. So in first match or first part of the match, okay, जैसे आपका lunch break के पहले, you will play with the attacking mode. After lunch break you may go with the defending mode. So you are trying, you are playing with the two options. You had two alternative, either attacking or either defending. तो आपने क्या क्या मिक्स कर रहे हो, कभी अटैकिंग कर रहे हो, कभी डिफेंड कर रहे हो. So this kind of strategy is called as a mixed strategy, where you give some kind of probability to particular choice, and then when you play the game, you okay. So we were talking about mixed strategy. So mixed strategy, you are opting for different alternatives. So based on your probability distribution, you will go ahead. So all of you understood the mixed strategy. Now we'll go ahead with the second part, optimal strategy. You will look at all the options and you will go ahead with the most preferred position. You may go ahead with the pure strategy or mixed strategy, whichever suited best to you. Based on that, you will play the game, and that is called as a optimal strategy. Okay, and optimal strategy is always chosen irrespective of the opponent's action. वो क्या ले रहा है? Okay, you will think of all the alternatives for his or also yours, and when you select one, then you will not change your strategy. You will stick with your optimum strategy and you will play the game. Okay. Next one is a concept called as a zero sum game. uh, it's very easy to understand the zero sum game. Just imagine you are playing a game of a chess. Okay, player A and player B. So अगर आप जीत गए, if you won the match, उसका मीनिंग, सेकंड मीनिंग क्या निकलता है कि बी हार गया, right? There is no other meaning. So if we take a sum of gain of A player and B player, the summation is always equal to 0. You are playing a card with your friend, okay, and you bet 5 rupees. So अगर आपका फ्रेंड जीता तो आपका -5 हुआ, मतलब लॉस ऑफ 5 rupees and 5 rupees gain of opponent, your friend, right? So summation here will be 0, right? So -5 plus 5 becomes 0. So sum of the game value becomes 0. So that is called as a zero sum game. Okay. uh, then उसके उसमें और एक ऑप्शन रहता है, टू प्लेयर जीरो सम गेम. सो इन आवर केस, व्हेन वी स्टडी दिस थ्योरी ऑफ गेम, we will not look at multiplayers. We will be studying only two players zero sum game. So here there will be player A and B only, where the summation of game will be equal to 0. One's profit will be second one's loss. uh, the opposite of zero sum game is a non-zero sum game, where we cannot say the summation of the game is equal to 0. Okay, to understand this clearly, एकदम simple example देता हूँ. You might have seen this kind of part. You are playing cards in a casino, और वहां पे हाउस करके या किटी करके कुछ ये रहता है, कॉन्सेप्ट रहता है, and there are player A and player B. So sometimes it may happens A will lose some money and B also will lose some money, and that complete money may go into house. But house is not playing or casino is not playing, right? There are only two players in the game, A and B. but there this game is in a such a way that the third party may earn or may gain out of this game. Okay, so this is called as a zero sum game. Okay, so assume करो A ने 5 रुपए लॉस किया है और B ने 3 रुपए गेन किया है. Okay, so 2 rupees is earned by the house. But if you look at only perspective of the players, there is a difference of 2 rupees, right? So sum of the game is not equal to 0. Here it's a 2. So that these kind of games are called as a non-zero sum game. Let's go ahead with one example. Here competitor A is there and there is player B. Competitor A has two strategies कि इधर वो ये स्ट्रेटेजी वन स्ट्रेटेजी से खेल सकता है या सेकंड स्ट्रेटेजी वो इंप्लीमेंट कर सकता है. Similarly, competitor or player B has two strategies in place. He can play a game by this strategy or fourth strategy. ठीक है. Now, always remember, whenever you solve a game theory's problem, you yourself or the solver should always place himself as player A. Look at this matrix, look at this payoff table as a player A. Okay, so आप अगर सोचोगे तो आप player A कभी भी होंगे. Now these numbers, the payoff numbers for A, if you find there are positive numbers in the matrices, that means player A is gaining. If you find negative numbers in the payoff matrix, that means player A or yourself is losing. ठीक है. सो अगर निगेटिव नंबर होगा, निगेटिव नंबर इन द पे ऑफ मैट्रिक्स रिप्रेजेंट गेन टू द ओपोनेंट, टू द ओपोनेंट. बट पॉजिटिव नंबर इन द पे ऑफ मैट्रिक्स रिप्रेजेंट प्रॉफिट और गेन टू अस और कॉम्पिटिटर. ठीक है. सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दिस. And if you look at this matrix, is very this game is very biased. All numbers are positive. मतलब कुछ भी हो अपन ही जीतने वाले, बट अमाउंट कितना होगा वो कम ज्यादा होगा. कॉम्पिटिटर बी और प्लेयर बी विल बी ऑलवेज losing this game. So when he try to select a strategy, he will try to minimize his losses, and competitor A or us, we will try to maximize our gain. Okay, so this is just to understand some fundamental things here. Now we will look at the first way to solve the problem, that is pure strategy or implementing saddle point, or we call it as a equilibrium condition. Okay, so to understand this pure strategy or saddle point, let's take one example. There is one game with two players, player A and player B. Player A has a three choices L M N. Okay, वो क्या है वो पता नहीं हमें, बट उसके पास उसने कोड दिया है चॉइस को L M and N. And player B के पास only two choices are available, P and Q, right? This table part represent payoffs, okay, based on the choices. And our aim here is to find out what are the best strategies for player A and B. Okay, so most probably we will work for player A. प्लेयर ए का हम क्या करेंगे भाई, मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट कैसे हो सकता है वो सोचेंगे. इन अकॉर्डिंग टू प्लेयर बी वी विल ट्राई टू थिंक ऑफ मिनिमम लॉसेस और मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट. ठीक है, वी विल ट्राई टू बैलेंस इट आउट. And then after some times, or probably in the next lecture, we will understand some concept like value of the game, is the game fair, is the game strictly determinable, etc. Okay, right now we'll just look at the payoff table. Okay, so we will work on the payoff table and then we will solve it. So we will take out the payoff details given in the problem statement, and then we will prepare matrix for it. So let's prepare first. List down the choices for player A, L, M, N. Then for player B, the choices are P and Q. Okay. So first dabba, ye dabba. This represent gain for player A. Always remember, it is for player A. This gain might have a positive number or negative number. Okay. So if player A plays L game and player B plays P strategy. Okay, so L strategy and P strategy ये combination खेला तो क्या होगा LP A is going to pay 3 rupees to player B. That means for this dabba the value is -3, right? Because A is going to give money to player B, so it's a loss for player A and we are the player A. So for us, loss represent negative number, negative gain. Okay, so we are going to put here -3. Now we'll go for the second part. If player A chooses L alternative and player B plays the Q strategy, what is happening here? A is going to get 3 rupees, right? B pays A. So B is going to pay 3 rupees to player A. So हमें मिलने वाला है 3 रुपए. So that means it's a profit of 3 rupees. Okay, any doubt? So similarly, you will prepare the payoff matrix. Let's go ahead with MP combination, MP combination. Here A pays B rupees 2. So that means loss -2. Second one MQ का combination. अब B A को पैसे दे रहा है 4 रुपए. Okay, so positive. Then again B pay कर रहा है 2 rupees. So positive number. Again B is paying 3 rupees to player A. So positive. So this is the payoff matrix for player A. Okay, so if you are facing any difficulty or problem, please let me know. Okay, so let's implement the first concept to solve this numerical, that is pure strategy or getting into a saddle point. हमें क्या करना है, एक saddle point बनाना है. ठीक है. So before understanding that saddle point or pure strategy technical concept, just use the common sense. Imagine yourself as a player A. ठीक है. And player A will try to maximize his profit. ठीक है. But based on the player B choices, we don't know what will happen. Okay, so अगर उसने प्लेयर ए का चॉइस है एल, उसने स्ट्रैटेजी इंप्लीमेंट किया एल, व्हाट विल हैपन? प्लेयर बी मे चूज स्ट्रैटेजी पी, तब लॉस होगा 3 रुपीज का. अगर उसने क्यू चॉइस किए तो प्रॉफिट होगा 3 रुपीज का. बट लॉस एंड प्रॉफिट इज सॉरी, द चॉइस ऑफ पी एंड क्यू इज नॉट विथ अस और इन प्लेयर एज हैंड. Okay, so for this he will play this game very safely. He will say कि भाई मैं थोड़ा पेसिमिस्टिक आदमी हूँ. I'll go with the कि भाई player B is B होशियार है, इंटेलिजेंट है. ओके, तो वो तो यार P गेम ही खेलेगा in this situation. Okay, so if I play L, he may play P. So here what we will do, for each row we will calculate minimum value. ठीक है. सो मिनिमम प्रॉफिट या फिर लॉस कितना हो सकता है. सो इन दिस केस मिनिमम वैल्यू इज -3 फॉर एल, -2 फॉर एम एंड 2 फॉर एन वैल्यू. ठीक है. सो उसने क्या किया, मिनिमम निकाल लिया इधर. सिमिलरली प्लेयर बी, what he will do? He will try to get the maximum numbers here. Okay, because these numbers, positive numbers, actually represent loss to player B. ठीक है, सो वो क्या करेगा? he will try to minimize his losses. तो इसमें से अगर वो प्लेयर ये गेम खेल रहा है, ओके, सो उसका मैक्सिमम लॉस कितना हो सकता है? 2 रुपीज का. एंड फॉर क्यू अल्टरनेटिव मैक्सिमम लॉस कितना हो सकता है? 4 रुपीज का. सो हमने क्या किया? कॉलम में से मैक्सिमम नंबर निकाल लिए एंड रो में से मिनिमम नंबर निकाल लिए. नाउ व्हेनेवर यू विल फाइंड, अब आपको क्या करना है? मिनिमम में मैक्सिमम फाइंड करो. सो मैक्सिमीन क्राइटेरिया इंप्लीमेंट करो. Maximin. So which one is the maximum out of minimum? It's 2. Similarly, for player B, implement the second criteria, that is minimax. Find out the minimum out of maximum. Minimum out of maximum, that is 2. So whenever you find maximin equal to minimax, that means you reach a saddle point. You will find you are at equilibrium condition. You are at equilibrium condition. Where is that condition? If you look at this number, 2 is here in the payoff matrix, and for minimax, 2 is at same location. So this location is called as a saddle point. Saddle point. So the value of this game is equal to 2. So value of game is equal to maximin equal to minimax equal to value of game. And the same point, a location or element representing the strategies which will satisfy this condition, maximin equal to minimax, that point is called as saddle point. And then we can say the player A will choose N strategy and player B should choose P strategy to minimize his losses. To maximize his gain, player A should go with N strategy and player B should play with P strategy. Okay, so this is the answer of your problem. So in next class we will search more, we will go through more details. Okay, so I have already pasted the link for today's attendance in the chat window.